Max Kepler is down.
How's the experience been today to be able to kind of be right in there with the kids again and talking to them and training with them and things?
Great. I mean, I haven't really gotten to talk to them too much yet. I met them in the first half of the camp. That's the most important to me, just to meet and greet with the kids and just try and give them some perspective on the game and some advice to help them take it to the next level. Big camp, everyone showed out and they all look like they're really happy to be here.
How much of what you learned here at the Academy have you continued to apply in your day-to-day in Minnesota?
I think it just started with work ethic, In Berlin, I went out there and just played and had fun. But here, I was really taught, how to really bring my A game each day. We played 24/7 baseball. You went to school and then you went straight to practice, and you pretty much just lived through baseball. And luckily, we had amazing coaches, probably the best in Germany at the time, and they really taught me to really bring my game to the next level. Just getting to be around other people that left their homes and sacrificed family and friends to take a sport that is really a minority in this country, to the highest level they possibly see. I think I've got to really learn how to make the most out of my game in Germany, and luckily the people here had good connections, so I took it to the U.S.
What makes Minnesota your club?
Well, from the get-go, out of Bavaria, some guys that played there, I don't know if you recall Rodney Gessman from the boarding school a good 20 years ago. He was the one who really put me onto it and said the organization, opposed to other organizations, really invest in each player, regardless of signing money bonuses and draft picks. So that stood out to me, and that was the truth. And they're a very down-to-earth organization in general, and at the time I signed to a team that was full of international players, and I really felt at home, even though I was kind of torn out of my element in Germany. But they made everything easy, and even though I played 6 years in the minor leagues, everything seemed to click, even though it seemed like an eternity sometimes. You had good people around, good coaches. And then at the big league level, you can't complain. Everything is a dream.
To look at your batting average and your position that you play, one could easily place you sort of as a strong everyman role on paper if we just look at base stats. But then if we take a look at your fielding percentage and your slugging percentage, not to mention the home runs and the doubles, all of a sudden you become a completely different dynamic of a player, statistically speaking. What is that like as an individual? Because you have this everyman mentality, I think, in the way that you approach the game, but then your numbers do something from that is just off the charts, somewhere we don't normally see.
I really try and take every day as simply as possible, not trying to overthink things. There's a time and place for improvement where you look at numbers and try and make the most out of a certain improvement or skill in the off season. But during the season, I really just try and go out there and play baseball with a free mind and just react to everything going on the field naturally. And the numbers will come, if you stay healthy and in the right mental state, they'll come. But numbers aren't really something I focus on during the year. I like to look at them after and maybe compare with teammates if they're up for it. I just go out there and play freely. That works best for me.
You always look like you're having a great time on the field. I kind of compare watching you play to watching Ken Griffey Jr.
Really?
You've always, your enthusiasm or excitement about the game, the way you interact with other players, it's something I used to watch Ken do that was like, it was a player-to-player thing, and the fans could not, it's not that they weren't invited, but they were never going to understand sort of what was happening within that circle.
Thanks for that comparison. It's an honor.
It's your personality. I think it's fantastic. What drives that part of you? Is there a way you can express what that is or how that feels for you when you guys are in the moment with you and your teammates?
I think it's just, I really give it all my all, 100%, and kind of just go out there and go to war, not in a negative way, but you got to get the W at the end of the day, and just the passion comes out naturally. And my parents, you know, kind of just taught me the ways of professional sports just by the way they went about their careers in ballet, and I learned a lot from them. I don't know, to be compared to Ken Griffey from a personality standpoint is pretty astonishing. I mean, it's a big compliment for me, thank you. But I just go out there and try to be myself and really gel with my teammates and build relationships along the journey. And sometimes, you know, if the game's not going well, you can lean on good guys on your team that kind of, you know, take your mind off things. And this year we had a great group of guys that built a huge amount of chemistry together. They brought that out of me, you know. So credit them.
How does it feel to be back at the academy?
It feels amazing, you know, just to see these faces, the new ones, the old ones. Just to be back on the old stomping ground, to see how much, you know, the boarding school has, you know, progressed and advanced. Yeah, I'm jealous. The whole setup they have now is incredible. And just to see how eager kids are to play, I really didn't expect that many people to show today, especially with the cold. But yeah, I saw some of my old friends from the old boarding school, and it was nostalgic in a way. It was nice.
Max, thank you so much.
Thanks.
You bet.
Have a good one.
Thanks, you too, Max.